They say legends carve the path, but it's the next generation that shows just how far that path can go. In basketball, each era brings players who redefine the game, push its boundaries, and inspire those who follow in the 80s. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan turned basketball into an art, making it feel as though the game itself was designed for them. Anybody's ever had about Larry Bird. He said when you're playing against him, you're looking into the eyes of an ascend, can get an offensive rebound, or make a direct pass to one of those free players. Jordan trying to fake Bird can't do it. Then came the 90s when Sheryl Swoop stepped onto the court and shattered expectations for women's basketball, proving that her brilliance could stand toe-to-toe with anyone's. She didn't just play, she paid the ways, as it turns in the air for the gate. Oh, unbelievable, can't believe it swoops on the spin, and now a new generation has arrived. Among them stands a player who has already captured the imagination of fans everywhere. Her name echoes in arenas on highlight reels and across headlines in her time with the Iowa Howies. Caitlin Clark's shattered records left, right, and center, even becoming the first NCAA player, male or female, to lead the nation in both scoring and assists in the same season. Mind looking, here's Clark. She fires and it goes. She hit it, wow. For 2 straight years, Caitlin and the Howies fell short of the Elite Eight in 2021. They were stopped at the Sweet 16, and in 2022, underdog Creighton stunned them in the round of 32. But Caitlin wasn't about to let history repeat itself in her 3rd season. She was more determined than ever to rewrite the story, and she did just that. The Hawks finally broke through to the Elite Eight, and the events of that cold spring evening would go on to change women's basketball forever. It was March 26th, 2023, and the Greensboro Coliseum in North Carolina was filled with a mix of tension and excitement. It was a big day for both teams and their fans. Even though fans were eager for a thrilling showdown, no one could have predicted they were about to witness the rise of an all-time basketball legend, a goddess of the game. All 24,000 pairs of eyes in the arena, along with millions watching at home, were locked on Caitlin Clark, and Clark didn't just rise to the moment, she owned it. On that night, she delivered a performance that didn't just make history, it made her a legend opportune. What do you like to say about Caitlin Clark and the crowd? He's got him on a string. This is the day Caitlin Clark proved. Everyone she is, basketball chosen one. The stage was set. Iowa went head-to-head with Louisville, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. Caitlin Clark, the star of women's college basketball, was about to take on the biggest challenge of her career. Facing Clark in Iowa was Louisville, led by the fiery Haley Van Lith, a player known for her fearless attitude and ability to shine under pressure. Haley was a tough competitor, always ready to step up in the biggest moments with her determination and skill. Van thought about it will pull from 2, and the Americans, they increased their speed. They turned to Haley Van Lith, and all we saw was pigtails whirling. She was spinning like the game was hiked as a showdown of stars. Caitlin's sharpshooting and flashy passes against Haley's relentless energy and grit. It was a matchup everyone was waiting to see. Louisville were playing in their 5th straight Elite Eight, the 2nd longest streak in the country after Connecticut. They were definitely more experienced than their opponents, and as soon as the game started, they came out swinging to jump it up. And list the tip. Washington native Van Lith fires a little too strong. They didn't waste any time jumping to an 8-point lead. Right off the bat, you can almost hear the doubt creeping into Gawa fans' voices. Louisville's star Haley Van Lith is looking unstoppable, hitting shots from all over the court and playing with the kind of confidence you only see in seasoned pros 4 times. A part of the all-Big Ten team, Van Lith squeezes it out and Robbins in. Here's Van Lith. Van Lith thought about it, will pull from 2 and hit high. Van Lith is feeling it. What we're going to see tomorrow night, Caitlin Clark and her Iowa squad found themselves in an 8-point hole. But as they say, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Caitlin Clark decided to take over with her team trailing. Caitlin did what only Caitlin can do. She lands 2 lays and closes the points. Gap by half tomorrow night from Ohio State. But Louisville, a terrific defensive team, as Clark finally shakes free and gets Iowa. Here's Van Lith, has it stolen by Clark. Trying to out-recoach her, A has a 6'2" defender on her uses. Her quickness slithers by able to score and then out in transition. This is where Iowa really flourishes. Then like a switch flips. Clark starts heating up, first a three-pointer, then another and another. Suddenly it's clear that the fans will be getting a show tonight. Fres getting ready to check in for Iowa great feed Warrock. She got it, Clark. Look at a shake free, Clark step back. A three is good. Smaller defender on Caitlin Clark. Look at the step back, hop into it. Here's Clark guarded by Robinson. Clark firing again. Oh my kin. Clark a showstopper and then again a different defender, but still on the smaller. The crowd goes from anxious whispers to loud energized roars. She's not just making shots. She's making it look easy by the end of the first quarter. Clark's already showing what she's capable of. The score is tight, but Yo is starting to find its rhythm. The first quarter ends with NOA in the lead by 4, and you can hear the crowd going bunkers. Clark looking to shake Jones, dumps it underneath Warroot Banks. That'll do it for the first. Louisville jumped out early. Caitlin Clark and Iowa answered a 4-point Iowa lead after 1. A trip to the Final Four. Now we're in the second quarter and it's Caitlin Clark's world. Louisville is trying to make it to back-to-back years in the finals, but Caitlin Clark is standing in the way of that ambition. Like the wall of Jericho, every single point YWA scores in the first 5 minutes of the second quarter is either scored or assisted by Clark. Every single applause one Clark will fire and hit the walking highlight reel Caitlin Clark has. It's like watching a true artist at work. The crowd can't get enough. Clark isn't just shooting frees, she's draining them from spots on the court that would make any other player cringe. We're talking NBA range deep, like something you'd expect from the likes of Steph Curry. Possession arrow belongs to Iowa, so it's going to stay applause here. Here's Clark open in the corner. She got it. That is not where you want to leave. Iowa takes the lead, and it's clear Clark's turned this into her. Personal highlight reel. She's not just scoring, she's distributing the ball, creating wide-open shots for her teammates. Here's Clark given some space, guarded by Robinson, who has 2 fouls. Clark cross-court finds Marshall by halftime. Clark's got 21 points and 7 assists compared to Haley Van Lith's 17 points, and it still feels like she's just getting warmed up. The game was quickly turning into a movie, the Caitlin Clark show reel. Caitlin Clark has 21 points and 7 assists in this half. It's a 90 response from Iowa. Now the third quarter starts and Louisville is backed into a corner like a wounded animal. But Van Lith and Karen Kerr are making sure they don't go down without a fight. Can the Cardinals really make a comeback here? And just like that, Howe's 12-point lead is gone, poof in a blink. It's a 1-point game again. The crowd are on the edge. You can almost hear their collective hold your breath moment. It's a battle for survival now, athleticism as how they're starting the second half, and Iowa turns it over. Here's Carr off to the races. It is a 1-point game, but here's where legends are made. Caitlin Clark doesn't flinch. She doesn't force bad shots or get frustrated, no. She stays calm, cool, and in control. And then she takes over again, just like that. She starts scoring from everywhere. She sensed that she could get the steals that she could create, some have, and she did from the 3-point line. You name it, Clark's got a response for every lose they'll run within minutes. That once Slyn Lee is back to 2020, it's a complete turnaround. Oh, well, here's Clark wide open. You bet 31 Louisville's defense is scrambling, trying to figure out how to stop her, but Clark stays in the zone. A zone we don't see often, and it's terrifying for anyone standing in her way. 33 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, and 4 steals for Caitlin Clark. And now the fourth quarter arrives, and if you thought you'd seen it all, think again. Clark stepped onto the court with a fire in her eyes. You can see it in the way she's moving. There's no hesitation in her steps, no doubt in her mind. She's out to finish this game and finish it. Big Marshall Clark to the rim. Clark starts pulling up from beyond the arc. Deep shots, and they're all falling. It's like watching her make a statement with every bucket to the game for Louisville. Clark decides to take, why not? She got the Louisville players crashing into each other in the name of defending, trying to find a way to slow her down, but it's not happening. Clark is unstoppable, then the impossible happens. Caitlin Clark is just 2 rebounds away from something no one has ever done before in the NCAA tournament, a 30-point triple-double. Nobody's ever done it, not even in the men's game. Clark grabs another rebound, her 8th, 2 away from a triple-double, and then it happens with just a few minutes left. Clark gets fouled and sinks in 2 free throws to land a 4,110 rebound. 12-assist triple-double in the Elite 8 in March Madness. That's rewriting the record books. The entire arena erupts. It's pure chaos. The roar of the crowd is deafening from a national Kionship. And Caitlin Clark has a 40-point triple-double in the Elite 8. Remarkable, absolutely remarkable. That is it for the first time since 1993. Iowa is headed to the Final Four. Caitlin Clark didn't just win a game, she changed the narrative of college basketball forever and set the bar real high. The level of play, the records, the pure domination of the game was unbelievable. It was at this moment that we knew Clark was going to be a problem in the WNBA. It could only get better from here. Don't miss out, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and click on the next video for more incredible stories you won't want to miss.